So a gentleman is walking down the street. Maybe he's about 30 years old. And all of a sudden, there's a sinkhole. It's about 30 feet deep and 30 feet wide, and he falls in. And he's stuck at the bottom of the sinkhole. And he's yelling up, "Help me, help me, help me get out of here. I can't get out of here." Sure enough, a doctor walks by. And he yells, "Doc, doc, please help me get out of here." The doctor writes a prescription, drops it down in the hole. And the guy is thinking, well, what's that going to do for me? 20 minutes later, he sees a rabbi and a priest, and he says, "Clergyman, please help me get out of this hole." And they don't know what religion he is, so they say a couple of prayers, they have the best of intentions, and they walk away. And the guy's in the hole saying, well, what am I going to do? I can't get out of here. And then he sees his best friend walking by, who knows all about him, whatever he struggles with, his demons, his dark side, his diseases, whatever. And his friend jumps in the hole and lands at the bottom of the hole. And he turns to his friend and he says, "What are you doing down here? I can't get out of here." And his friend turns to him and says, "Well, the reason why I jumped in is because I've been down here before and I know the way out." Now that little anecdote is the whole reason why I started the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol. It takes a Crohn's or colitis or IBD patient to truly understand what it's like to live, cope, and manage the disease, both in the hospital and outside of the hospital. And powered by healthcare, social media, and other technology, I have found this to be incredibly powerful over the past couple of years. It has helped me manage my disease, and I have helped many other people by my blog and other things that I do manage their disease. Welcome to the MedStarter.com project for the formation and growth of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol. The Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol, or the CDWP, as we like to call it, is presently a non-profit corporation, and it will forever remain that way. But ultimately, it will become a charitable foundation. We are proud to be working with MedStarter.com in this first phase of what will likely be a 2 to 3 phase fundraising project in what we are calling a t-shirt fundraising campaign. This is what the front of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol t-shirt looks like, and it comes in all sizes. And when you back the MedStarter Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol project, you will be prompted with an order form where you can designate your size, quantity of t-shirts you will be purchasing, and obviously your shipping information. This is the back of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol t-shirt, and you will notice that there is a prominent saying on the shirt which not only provided the impetus for the creation of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol, but I believe it describes the spirit behind the global patient movement, which is powered by healthcare social media. Hello, my name is Michael A. Weiss, and I am the founder and creator of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol. Crohn's disease is an incurable, autoimmune, inflammatory bowel disease, and inflammatory bowel disease is often referred to by its acronym, which is IBD. I have Crohn's disease. I'm 50 years old. I've had it for approximately 30 years. In those 30 years, I've been hospitalized over 200 times, and I've had over 20 surgeries. I've had cataract surgery in both eyes. I've had spine fusion surgery in my back. This is all in addition to the 20 abdominal surgeries that I mentioned before. And then from some of the medications that are used as treatments, I got so sick from them that I contracted a lung condition for which I ultimately needed chemotherapy to save my life. Now that doesn't happen to every Crohn's patient. It happens to many, because a lot of these medications that are out there now, they're effective for some people, not effective at all for others, and they come with wicked side effects. I don't want to mention any of the names of the drugs. You see them advertised on TV all the time. But the point is, since Crohn's disease is incurable, and people who live with it have such a difficult time, a lot of these drugs, I guess the philosophy that the FDA takes is, well, If this drug may work, it's better than nothing. If it has a 30% success rate, it's better than nothing. The problem is that the side effects and the complications are often so much worse than even the actual disease. So that's another aspect of Crohn's disease that makes it so difficult. And it's something only a Crohn's disease patient or a colitis patient or an ulcerative colitis patient would know. And when they impart this knowledge to other patients, it's empowering. It's only when you talk to another patient who's been where you've been that you truly become an empowered patient and you realize that you're going to get through this, okay? You're going to survive Crohn's disease or colitis or ulcerative colitis. So please help me move this patient helping patients movement forward by essentially making a donation and buying this t-shirt. The Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol is a non-profit charitable hospital patient visitor ambassador program. It is premised on the concept that patients helping other patients is the best medicine. The Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol, or the CDWP as we like to call it, is a hospital patient visitor ambassador program by which veteran patients who have Crohn's disease, colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, which is often known by its acronym IBD, it's where we match up these veteran patients with maybe newly diagnosed patients with Crohn's, colitis, or IBD, whether they're in the hospital or at home. And we match them up geographically, maybe by zip code, maybe by age, or whatever their condition is, whether they have a colostomy bag, or whether they've had a lot of surgeries, or been hospitalized a lot. And what they do is they go visit these patients after there's been a desire to be visited by these patients, and they share with them their insight, their knowledge, and they provide tender loving care, TLC, support, comfort, information. And I just want everyone to please understand that I think medical professionals are fantastic at this. But due to the fact that these diseases are so difficult to diagnose and to treat, and they're incurable, I mean, Crohn's disease is an incurable autoimmune disease, it's so difficult for medical professionals to provide this type of TLC. And health insurers don't make it any easier because they have very rigorous requirements regarding how much time medical professionals like doctors can spend with patients. Crohn's disease, colitis, ulcerative colitis, and IBD patients often need what's referred to as TLC, tender loving care, to cope with their disease or even to manage it. So who's better than veteran or warrior Crohn's, colitis, and IBD patients to help them? Doctors and hospitals and health insurers really can't provide the TLC to Crohn's, colitis, and IBD patients. We can. Veteran patients can. We have so much information to share that other patients can benefit from. But we need your help. And this is a multi-phase project. The first phase is selling these t-shirts for $25. I will show you. It's the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol. That is the front of the t-shirt. This is the back of the t-shirt, if you can see it. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to defray the costs of operating and growing what will be an eventual global nonprofit 501c3 charitable foundation. Each Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol t-shirt shipped in the 48 continental United States costs $25 each, and that includes all shipping and handling charges. But for international shipments, there is an additional $12 shipping charge plus $2 for each additional t-shirt in that international order. By buying a Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol t-shirt or t-shirts, maybe as gifts for other people, you're going to be supporting a patient movement that really is sweeping the globe thanks to technology and healthcare social media. This is going to be patients helping other patients, and by you buying a t-shirt and therefore essentially donating money, you're going to help us move forward. From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely appreciate your time and your consideration of the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol, and I hope that you buy a t-shirt, enjoy a t-shirt, and feel free to send me any comments with ideas or thoughts or reflections you might have on what we're trying to do and maybe how we can do it better. To contact the Crohn's Disease Warrior Patrol and Michael A. Weiss, the Executive Director, you can email t-shirts@crohnspatientpatrol.org. To contact them by Twitter, The Twitter address is @Crohn's IBD Patrol. The main website that matches veteran patients with patients in need or newly diagnosed patients is www.crohnsdiseasewarriorpatrol.org.